again, this is Philip. And this video we're gonna demonstrate how we are going to add a drop down navigation over your top navigation, and the other thing is the menu cart pop-up behavior when you are going to add an item on the product page. So in my previous, if you're following my channel, then you find out the first release of my video in deployment for hydrogen apps. So today I will going to help you out how you are going to start your hydrogen apps without a Shopify Plus. So recently I just discovered how we are going to work with hydrogen apps without Shopify Plus, because Shopify Plus is it's not affordable as for us a developer. So then developer are the one who really works to provide services to the merchants that is asking your work and your skills. So today we are going to apply it using a different subscription, and in this video we are used to apply the basic Shopify subscription to our hydrogen store. Alright, so without any further delay, let's go ahead and gonna check how we are going to configure our hydrogen apps using our basic Shopify store. So here I'm opening up my basic store for development. If you are new to Shopify and then you are an inspired front-end developer and knows about React, then this is the time that you can look at it, how you will be more achievable of your goals in doing the site customization using the hydrogen apps. Okay, so let's here go click the settings, then apps and sales channel, click the develop apps for store, then we're gonna create an app. So we just call it hydrogen or whatever you want. So here we're gonna create a token for storefront API, and it is required, but I'm not sure how it is limited compared with the Shopify Plus that is intended for hydrogen and oxygen. So as what I understood, most of this codes that we are going to work, it will be deployed on the oxygen server, and I think this oxygen server can handle this the instructions involved in your coding, and probably there might be a limitation, but I'm not sure. But so far I did not find anything yet, but this is a good thing that can be doable using the basic. But the problem is you don't have an environment where you're going to deploy your apps. But for now, as a developer, you're gonna start from your local environment. Okay, so now you're gonna copy the token. I think I did not configure it yet, so I have to check this access scopes. Excuse me. Products are including the variants and collections. Selling plans, I just checked that just for this demo. Okay, save, install the apps in your store. So earlier I already added few products. Look at here, there are added products from my client. So let's go back again to that apps to copy again the token, and let's go here, copy. So now what we discussed previously in the pre-added like this is pointing to hydrogen preview myshopify.com. and I've seen here that there is no drop down, probably it being setting up that there's no drop down. But then in my store I wanted to display this navigation with a drop down. Now you're gonna look at that navigation. This is my main menu. Look at here. So I wanted to display all of this drop down or a sub menu. Okay, let's configure it now. Replace this API, then copy your store URL. Remove. Save. Okay, so refresh my store. Okay, now it is pointing to my personalized engraving. Then so you will see here that the drop down it's not displaying, it should be appear. So this is the one thing that we are going to resolve on this video. And the pop-up, if you're going to add an item in the product page, like if you are going to click this button, and you see here it is only hinting you that there is added one product to your cart. But for me it would be more understandable for those people that are going to visit your site. Then you have to automatically pop up this. So this is the one that we're going to resolve. And I think I could not bring all of those features for Hydrogen, which I already did it in my recent works, like for example in adding sections, changing this. So this banner, you need to add a meta field to work with that. So I think I could not bring this all in one video. It will be a lengthy video, so it will be easier for us to understand well and to thoroughly work with different features. So now let's go back and go ahead with the coding. So now in the header, if you will try to look at the header, how you're going to find these sections and where you're gonna place that, where you going to work with that in your codes. So basically most of my how I going to do the changes. So I have to find the header. So this is the tag that is being used for that. So header. So you're gonna check that here. Here. So this must be the files that are working to that rendering here in the header. So what I'm gonna do with this is to find the line. So if you are familiar in JavaScript, then you also more easier to understand in React, because this is just all about JavaScripting. The only thing that it's been write down as a JavaScript, and it will be interpreted or compiled into a normal JavaScript codes once it is done. In deploying or whatever, it will be compiled to a normal readable codes in the browser. So here we are now. If you look at here, this is a mobile functions. So this will display on a mobile, like here. So this is the custom tag, a mobile header, which is being called for the from the function. And here this is the desktop. So here I want to add, okay, so there is already a top label menu items indicated in 1447 line. Now in React, it's no longer a normal way how you're going to console. So it's not the same like other languages like PHP or Liquid in Shopify, that you can easily add a comment like that. So this is no longer workable on this framework. Now, how you're going to console this? Uh, I want to console this to investigate further what exactly this object means. So I think you have to console like doing something like that. So I think in doing the console, I mean the bracket is represent as we're going to add a JavaScript here, a JavaScript command. So I think you will not possible to do that within this curly bracket and end bracket after in the within the first line. It will flag you like it is an expression must be parent element. So it says like that. So you need to remove that, move it into a fragment line, like within the fragment line. You're gonna put it here, then let me see console log, then I say item. So I want to investigate what exactly this object does. Save. I'm gonna go back to my browser, console. Now you see here, it's been logged with different objects. So this object is coming from your Shopify store. Now you will see here there are seven length. If you look at here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so it's here. So now how we are going to display underneath on your top level. So what I'm gonna do here is to add a condition. So I want only to display if, I'm using a liquid now. I want to use an if statement. So you have to observe if statement in React is no longer the same in a normal if statement, but you can do it when outside of the return commands. So here I'm gonna say item question mark. If item is null, then it will not bring to an error. So it's really a good thing. You have to do that as a practice. Then length, you say length greater than 0. Then add sign, then close open parenthesis. So you're gonna console it again here. If this is, did this work? Okay, so I would just want to identify how many are having a more than one or a more than 0 navigation submenu. So if you see here, there is a a flag again. It's expected to have this comma, so it's not, that is not the right one. So here you will see, as I said, once you use this curly bracket and end, then you have to make it sure there is a fragment within that curly bracket. So I will gonna use that like that. So it's simply just to add a bracket. So this is the rule of React. So you're gonna save again. So you will see here there's no flag anymore. Then I think I have to say items. If you look at back to that flags, then you see here there is a length. So you're gonna copy that, copy property path, then go back here, that. Okay, so I think I am done with that. So I'm gonna say length, because you will see here there's a a length parameter, or a property. So you go back here, then say length, so it will display the length. We're gonna refresh, clear, then save, then go back. Now you see 7 of it. So it's prompting that there is a object that has more than 0 or more than 1 items. So what we have to do now is to display exactly or render that menus within the shop server. So now in React, I think, as what I said, there should be a fragment after this. So I think I have to move it outside from this, because it will flag us if we're going to add, like for example, if we're gonna try to do that here. So if I will I'm gonna add a loop, so I will just copy this one, put it here, and the closing one, then put it like that. Okay, now you see here it's being flagged. So what we're gonna do with this, how should we resolve this issue? So if I were going to add another fragment in here, copy like that, then I think it doesn't. Okay, so this is the problem. So we need to move this because there is already a fragment and it's against this this codes line that we added. It's against to this components, so it will be hydrated your script. It will show up something a wrong direction to your code. So we're gonna remove this part. Let's move that. So what I have to do here, because I still need to be within this first loop of different or the top label items. Okay, so here what should I do here? I'm gonna add another container, like say Dave class name. So in React, you have to say class name. It's no longer the same on a normal coding. So we're gonna say top menu close. Okay, so it's resolved. Now again here I need to okay, so I think I have to put it here down. So this will be a parent. So if I will going to remove this first and remove this again, so it will be normalized like that. So here we're gonna see Dave class name again, and say drop down, then here we're gonna close that to Dave. Okay, so now it is flagged. It's being flagged because this is looking for another goods down to here. So what I have to do now is to add a fragment inside. So this is the normal works in React. Then put it back. I'll put this code like that. Then what should I say here is to add this component again. So I'm gonna use this component, put it here, copy that. Okay, so then this is referring to the top menu. So I'm gonna use this loop item object, put it here, item. Then I say change this one sub menu. Then here we're gonna change it as well, sub menu. Here as well, sub menu. Here as well, sub menu. Sub menu. Alright, so I think that's it. So we're gonna save that. Then gonna go back to our browser. Now it is displaying. You see here that all of the sub menu are now displaying underneath to the shop server. So but here there's still a problem that indicated warning to our list child. So we have a list child under from this loop. So, and then we added another container. So this is the you have to observe as well that there are rules in React that you have to follow. Then here, if you say in this component we are using the K, then we can apply the same way, because it requires us to add a K because of the loop that says that there is a children after this apparent navigation, and it will only appear this problem if we are going to apply it dynamically. So all of this object are being added to your site dynamically. Excuse me. Okay. Now let's go back to that. Okay, so since you must indicate as a unique key, then since that this key is already applied to this component, so what should I add here? I'm gonna add a string, like say top menu hyphen, then plus, then another one, it should be here. I'm gonna copy the same way, that drop down item. What else? Okay, I think there is no more elements that we have to add. Okay, but we're gonna check it furthermore. We're gonna refresh this. Alright, so it seems it's worked. So there's no flag anymore. Now what we're gonna do here, I want to have a toggle effects or behavior on my navigation, so it will only appear once it is however. We're gonna inspect that. I'm gonna apply some CSS definition on here. Then, and CSS, as what we already know, that if you're going to apply a positioning, then absolute will only appear in according to what position you are going to apply, is to add a position relative to your parent container. We're gonna do that here, parent relative. Then in the drop down, we're gonna say position absolute. Now you see it is aligning to exactly what I want. We're gonna apply this and go back that here in the global. They are applying to a CSS file, only one CSS file, which is index.css. So we're gonna add a line. I think it uses a SAS. In this code it seems like a SAS, but it's running to CSS, but I think that's alright. I think it's a normal CSS. Probably it's not recognized this code. Anyway, let's go back here. Then we're gonna add our own definition, like custom CSS beginning. Oh, sorry, custom is that. That's right. That's enough. Then what I have to define here, so top, I need to use this, so I will not affect other entities outside of my scope. So I'm gonna use the header, so what I say here, header tag. Then next in the header there's a plus, so I will not use that. I'm gonna jump into the knob. Next one is the tab. Copy that. So knob, after the knob it's a child top menu. Then I'm gonna put create a sign to point out specifically to this element. So I'm gonna say position relative. Then back to the site, drop down. Then we're gonna copy this one like that. Then here another way to sign, pointing direction to specific element like that. Go back here, then we'll say position absolute. So if you're going to save it, then refresh. Now it is work. You're gonna look at it. There's some error, so it's none. Let's go ahead again. So I want this in one line. All serve, it goes down. So I think we have to use a display block, so they will appear. They will appear consistently. Adding for EX. So I don't want to add yeah, just like that. Okay, so then A, so we're gonna copy back to this definition. A, display block, copy, save. Okay, so I think it's still other drop down are doing in the next line. I want them like, I'm gonna add a window max content. It helps. Yes, it helps. Then I will add, oh sorry, window max content margin up, say 10px, little bit. Okay, so I will add a background say white. Okay, so it's already a white color. Okay, this is just demonstration, so we're gonna copy the same way with this color. Probably what this color has in the header. Go back to that, should be here. So you're gonna copy this one, copy, then go back, drop down like that, and then I have to add a padding to this parent container, so it will appear pretty much. Alright, yes, I think that's good. 14. Okay, so you're gonna copy this one in the drop down parent here. Then in here, I think that is already done. Go back, save, then refresh. Now what we need to do here is to hide this first, so it will not appear exactly what we want. Okay, so now let's go back. Then what we need to do here is to apply probably I use opacity or visibility like that. So initially I'm gonna say opacity 0, then here visibility within, save. Now go back to that, it's gone. So now I want it to appear like what exactly. If I'm gonna hover here, it should be displayed. Okay, so if you see here, it seems the container is still appearing even though if we use visibility. So what I'm gonna do, since I'm using obsolete, then I have to add a specific, say, index negative, so it will appear out. It will appear behind on this other container. So if we're gonna highlight it again, so it should be not, it will not be something like it will overwrite the other one. So just to make it sure that it will work like that. Then now what we need to do here, we're gonna add is again. So it's a hover. So this one is the one affected to the visibility of this drop down. I'm gonna to use this as an opposite once it is being hover. So the hover will only be happen on the shop server. Then I have to add here, like if we're gonna use hover, then I think I did it previously. So what we need to do here, we're going to add a custom in React. We have a set use statement, use state, or after use state and use effect, but we have a different way how to do that. As a JavaScript developer, you will know how we are going to apply our own use state and use effect. So this later, after we're going to define, so we're gonna jump to that. Then I will add an active. Then this class, once it is present, then it will turn on the visibility of this drop down. And save. Go back here. So basically I can easily manipulate that by adding a class here. So you're gonna say active, so it will appear. So what we need to do now, how we're going to add this active to this top menu, and then we are going to apply an event listener. So how we're gonna do that? So we go back to the header client. Then I think we had to add another function here. We're gonna say constant say top menu, what you say, appear, visibility, I say hover, I'm gonna say hover, so equals, I'm gonna say function. So I wanted an event object to be passed to this function. I'm gonna say console. Then I will log this event. So top menu hover, I going back to the top menu, so it's here. So this is my target. It should be on the length, this one. So I'm gonna add on mouse hover or mouse move or mouse enter, it's up to you. We're gonna try that. Then here again I will call that functions. I'm gonna say top menu over, then we're gonna save. So we're gonna go back again, then console if it will appear. Alright, so it works. You see there's it's console logging this event. So now I think we already done that. So I think I can easily add a class to this link. So what should I have to do? If you go back to that inspect, there is a tag that associate to our event listener. So what I need to, oh sorry, in the top menu here. So exactly, the good thing here, we can easily manipulate that event. So what should I say here? Event target, then I'm gonna use closest. Closest is will look to the parent tag. So I will gonna associate this event to that a tag. So gonna say I will gonna add a class. So it's very helpful if you are really familiar with a native JavaScript thing like ES5, ES6 or ES7. So this is the most useful JavaScript versions that you can work around to a different framework compared with jQuery. So that's the thing, you have to study a lot of plain JavaScripting. So let's go ahead and add as active. So here, gonna refresh again. So it's appear that if you see here, once I hover over this event, then it will add a class active. So we're gonna do that. Okay, so it's adding a class active. Now I think what I done here in my CSS, there's a little required revision. So top header, then what should I say? I'm gonna add like that. Oh sorry, it's a mistake, like this. So active, okay, it's a wrong way. That is alright. So gonna revert this back. It must be, the active should be on the top menu. So what should I do here? I'm gonna indicate that it should be appear on the top menu. I'm gonna save, then refresh, then hover. Okay, so it works. So now watch how we're going to this goes back to a normal setup. Like it will appear like if you're going out from this link, then this should be out from the screen. So then I think I need to flag down all of those. So what I have to call here, I'm gonna add another constant value. No, I'm gonna say let other top nav is equal to document dot query all. Then we're gonna copy the definition that applies to that. I think it should be like this: top navigation, like that. Yeah. Then I will going to loop it first. So I'm gonna say other for each nav. I'm gonna say top. And say top. Remove all of those associated class active. Then this one should be the next after this line. So I'm gonna go back here, save, refresh, then like that. Then if I'm going to the other link, it will disappear. Okay, so I think there's a problem. There is a container inherited drop. So what we need to do here, there is a container drop. Okay, So probably I have to move this inside, then this one should be here like that. Okay, so it will not appear like there is a container even though it doesn't have a drop menu. Refresh, then if I will do that and go back here, so it's gone. And console, everything is fine. So I think it works pretty much. So what about if I will get out from the other screen without hovering there? So you're gonna add another event to this container. So let's go back. And where is that again? So we're gonna apply that event. So we're gonna go back from here. I'm going to add, I'm gonna remove this console. I'm going to add another functions constant drop down over. Oh, drop down out. Maybe I could not say anything about that. Say event. Okay, so then what should I do here? Console again. Then event. Save. Then here I'm gonna associate that functions to specific container here. So say on mouse leave, then I will gonna call that functions. Say drop down out, save, go back here, refresh. Then if we're gonna leave from this container, then it should be added a console to the log. Okay, so it's added, so it means it is properly calling to this function. Then what I need to do is to remove this parent active class. Then I need to use the target again. We're gonna do that here. So again, target closest, because it's a top. If you are going to search a parent container, then you are gonna use the closest. If you're gonna looking for a child or children container, then you have to use a query if this is from the parent one. You can say top menu. Is that right? Yes. Then I'm gonna say class remove active. So go back, refresh. Okay, so when I hover it, it's appear, but if I will get out from this container, it will disappear. So I think this is really pretty working well. Alright, so I think that we did it down. Now we're going to move in this one. So how we're gonna display it once we are going to add an item. So here I think we're gonna try another product. So if I going to add, it should be pop up as well. So I'm gonna inspect it, and I will look at where this this container added to the apps. So it's been on a form. I'm gonna try that form. It should be in the product form. Product form here. If you look at here, grade gap 10, yes, this is it. So let's go here And then what I need to do is the same way. I need to add an event listener to this button here. This is the component. So what I need to do here, I'm going to add another functions. So here I'm gonna say constant, let's say open drawer is equal to event event, then say console log event, then goes to that add to cart button. Then I'm gonna say here on click, then open drawer. Is that right? Where is that? Open drawer. On click open drawer. Yes, save. So if we're gonna refresh, then in console, once I click, alright, so it is now added to that event. Now what about this? So this mini cart, it will open if somebody will click this icon. So I'm gonna inspect that icon. So I will going to trigger that opening using the add to bag button. So it should be something somewhere here on the header. Okay, it's on the header. Alright, so I think it's still closer to what the file we are modifying earlier. So let's go back here. Header, desktop, it's something cart bag. Okay, I think this is the one. Button click. Yes, I think this is it. So what should I do here? I think I need to add an attribute. We're gonna say action action drawer. Anything that you are going to make it sure that it is a unique, so nobody is using that attribute. So gonna inspect this again if that attribute added to that button. Okay, it's here. You say that. So I'm gonna copy this, go back to my product form, then open here. So gonna add a variable like say button header part document query specific attribute. Gonna use a bracket like that. Save. So I'm gonna send a trigger click event to this element. So I'm gonna say like that, simply click send or dispatch an event to this element. Save. Okay, so let's gonna refresh it. Refresh. So once I click, because if the product is out of stock, then this button is not clickable anymore, so you cannot open up even though you're not adding a product. So if I'm going to click that, it works. So I think that's it. So it is really bringing up now what we want. So we'll open that again. So it's adding 5 items. Remove that, go back. Okay, so if you want to put a little delayed, then you're gonna say set timeout, then here let's say I want to delay 20 seconds. Save, refresh. So if I'm going to add, it appears, looks the same, but I think there's a delay. So I'm gonna add it again. Okay, so I think that's enough. So if you think that this is really helpful, then don't hesitate to comment this video if something much helpful, and then I will gonna help you out. Alright guys, and I think this is it, and the next video I will going to pick up another topics, like how we're gonna change this. So this is basically, again, I can give you a hint where this really applied. So in the global, there is a one file, I think is an index server. Oh no, hold on. Global index in the sections here. Is this the one? No. So here this is the hero banner, and it is uses a GraphQL. Then if you look at here, where is that exactly? It's a route index server. Yes. So here you will see in this file route index server, you need to add this hero meta fields to make this changes appear, but it takes time, so I'm gonna move that topics to the next video if I have enough chance to work with that. Okay, thank you guys, and hopefully this video will help you to work your hydrogen apps, and I think you enjoy this clip, and hoping to see you next time. Thank you. Bye for now.